Hello and welcome to the old Fliers. Pilots are privileged to see the world from on high and can explore inaccessible places. Many remote areas of Africa and South America were explored from the air by necessity. Rough terrain, raging rivers, dense jungle or diseases thwarted many an expedition travelling by foot. So it was that the tallest free-falling waterfall in the world remained unknown to the outside world until 1933. That waterfall is, of course, Angel Falls in Venezuela, and the person who discovered it was bush pilot James Jimmy Crawford Angel. Legend has it that he said that in 1933 he was in Panama, broke as usual, with a 4-passenger plane for hire. An old fella named McCracken came up to him in the hotel lobby one day and asked him if he would fly him to Venezuela. He said he was a mining engineer and wanted to get to a certain mountain. He offered Jimmy $5,000 to make the trip, an amazing sum for that day. Jimmy flew this old fella to a mountain 9,000 feet high in the Grand Savannah country of Venezuela, following his directions. The mountain was a hell of a place to land a plane. He said he encountered a downdraft of 1,000 feet a minute, but landed where the engineer directed him to by a little stream. In 3 days they gathered, then took off with 75 pounds of gold from the gravel beds, as much as the plane could carry. Jimmy had to take off by nosediving into the canyon that was more than 5,000 feet deep. They made it and flew straight to Panama. McCracken wanted to go home to St. Louis, then return to the mountain for more gold. The old man took sick and died. Today, that 75 pound of gold would be worth US 2.34 million. On October 9, 1937, Jimmy returned to the falls with the intention of landing on the tabletop mountain Ayan Tipu. Sorry about the pronunciation. On board his Flamingo monoplane NC9487 was his second wife Marie, Gustavo Henny and Miguel Delgado. He attempted a landing, but despite a successful touchdown, his aircraft, El Rio Caroni, nosedived when it hit soft sand at the end of its landing run. The wheels sunk in the mud, making takeoff impossible. The passengers were unharmed, but all had to trek across difficult terrain to get out. They had not much food. In 11 days, they made their way off the mountain and down to the nearest settlement at Camarata. When word of their exploits got out, international interest in the Grand Savannah region increased dramatically, landing to in-depth scientific exploration in the following years. His aircraft remained atop the plateau for 33 years until 1970, when it was disassembled and brought down by Venezuelan military helicopters. Today, El Rio Caroni can be seen outside the airport terminal at Ciudad Bolivar. On April 17, 1956, Angel suffered a head injury while landing his plane in Panama. Soon afterward, he had a heart attack and then suffered from various ailments for 8 months until he came down with pneumonia. He died in Panama City on December 8, 1956. In keeping with his wishes, his wife, his 2 sons and friends scattered his ashes over Angel Falls on July 2, 1960. Although a United States citizen, he had spent much of his 57 years of life outside of the United States. He first worked as a barnstormer, test pilot, movie stunt pilot, and flight instructor. He considered the life of a commercial airline pilot too routine, too structured. He said it would be like driving a bus. This is how he responded to his youngest son Roland when asked late in his life, while he hadn't had an airline pilot's job. He first flew south of the United States border in the 1920s, where his pilot skills found him employment in the remote and unexplored regions of Mexico, Central and South America. Working throughout the 1930s and 40s for natural resource companies, gold, diamond and oil, and with scientific and government expeditions, Jimmy Angel found freedom and excitement. His explorations of the Gran Sabana in southeastern Venezuela from 1933 through to 1942 developed international interest in the region and led to scientific exploration by the American Museum of Natural History of Ollantaytambo in 1938. The vast Gran Sabana was explored, mapped, and open to systemic scientific evaluation, in part due to Angel's work for the Venezuelan Ministry of Development and the Venezuelan-Brazil Boundary Commission in 1939. Venezuela's vast Canaima National Park has been preserved and saved from the depredations that have destroyed many other forests and savannas in South America. Brazil, we're looking at you. Angel Falls may have been known to the indigenous Pemon people of the Ollantaytambo region of the Camarata Valley for thousands of years, or because of its remote location in an interior canyon of Ollantaytambo and their avoidance of this tapu, the waterfall may not have been known to them prior to his discovery by air. Angel Falls is impressive, the tallest free-falling waterfall in the world with a height of 3,212 feet and an uninterrupted drop of 2,648 feet. Angel Falls is nearly 19 times taller than Niagara Falls and is fed by the Curian River, cascading from the top of Ollantaytambo, one of Venezuela's iconic tabletop mountains. The water feeds the Orinoco River, finding its way into the Atlantic. Comment if you have visited these iconic falls. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to promote new content. Donations to the channel gratefully accepted to promote new work.